So this is my 6th week of, I guess, the Winter League. It was a balmy 70 degrees and about 80% humidity, so easily the warmest night. I think this match ended up being pretty good. I lost the spin and ended up having to serve first. My plan going into this was to generally try and do spin serves for most of it and just get them in and then try and win on the rally. I think that went okay. I only had, I guess, a decent amount of double faults. Not the best, not the worst, but the plan seemed to pay out. I get broken the first set, or the first game. That's generally why I don't like to start serving, but we'll see that I end up getting it back fairly quickly. My opponent I had never played before. He has actually a pretty similar style to mine. He hits a decent amount of topspin. He ends up not generating a whole lot of depth most of the time. He can push his backhand relatively hard, which he does a little bit later in the match. He doesn't really get the opportunity or see the need to do it so much. So yeah, we'll just see where this ends up going. So, as I said, I broke him back, so we're back even at 1-1. So, I'm trying to move him left and right a little bit, just because it's so hot and no one really wants to be running. So, continuing to spin in my serves, even my first, and then trying to generate depth. He misjudged that one a little bit. He had a little bit of a disappointment in his movement right after that. So there he managed to come back on me and I couldn't quite get over. My second serve, or my spin serve, I guess, it's not really a second serve, is managing to get up pretty high on him, which is good. He's not attacking it very well. I kind of like that. So yeah, we see that again. He's taking it above the shoulder and just kind of pushing it back over. That's pretty much exactly what I want. Yep, so he slices it there, and then I don't move up. This is actually a trend that we'll see over the entire match, is that he's going to continue hitting these short serves. He'll alternate between top spin and back spin, and I just won't move up. Also, on the depth, you'll notice eventually that I'll start backing up on his serve. He doesn't really generate enough depth or pace to really justify that, but I get scared later in the match and just kind of back away from it. So keep an eye on that. There, I try and really attack that weak serve, but I don't get my arm extended and can't generate the power that I needed. Get that power and topspin. Then my forehand just kind of breaks down and I don't generate my spin and it goes a little bit long and lose the match, or lose the game. There we go, getting up and spinning, and yep, second serve and goes wide. I think I actually get broken this set just because my serve breaks down so hard. That's one of those serves where I'm kind of happy that it goes in, but at the same time it's really quite weak. I mean, it's only bouncing 2 or 3 feet beyond the net. It really should be deeper than that to generate any kind of threat. See, that's a much better serve. It's kind of low where I'd like it to be. That was just a lucky miss hit. It drops it right in. And then I get punished for it anyways. I really should be getting more on top of those balls, driving them a little bit harder. And I'm not generating any depth. This is sort of intentional. It's a little bit intentional. I mean, I'd like to generate more depth, but at the same time, I'm valuing consistency a little bit more than shots that are really going to put pressure on him. This is an excellent rally. We push it back and forth, and then he just ends up going a little bit long at the end. I do that shot 2 or 3 times, just that nice overhead or nice top spin back to the opposite corner on his serve. He has a really hard time with it, especially when it jumps up on him. Too aggressive there. Really need to drive through it. Don't try and hit it so hard, but just get on top of it and generate the top spin. See here, that would have been an excellent shot if it had gone deeper. And there, see, I hit it deeper and I get a really nice short ball. That's that backhand that I was talking about. I kind of put it in his money spot and he just rips it. Then I end up losing this game because, well, not consistent enough and giving him the easy shots. So there's the similarity. He goes for his big backhand again and then mishits it. That's what I really want to be doing with my forehand. Lots of top spin, get a little bit of depth, get the easy points that way. So some of these serves he could be stepping in on. I think it's kind of difficult because the amount of spin that I generate is inconsistent. That's not really intentional, but makes it a little bit more difficult to attack my serve because it, see, there you go. See, he's alternating spins and I'm not adjusting properly. I try and step in on a short ball. That was pretty good, but I don't do anything with it, so I end up in no man's land and he punishes me pretty well. Generated some good depth and spin there. Force him to put the ball up. I don't really do much with it. See, that's a game plan that he has, is trap me in no man's land. I can't position my approach shots well enough, and so I end up in these really poor positions. See, I'm going to do it again here. Yeah, my approach was bad, but my first volley was good, so I managed to salvage the point. So here I approach again. That was much better positioning. He goes for a more aggressive approach or passing shot and can't quite get it. If he had laid off of it, I probably would have been able to get it back. So here's another approach shot. You can tell that he's really wanting to bring me up to the net, and this is his game plan. He wants to really lob me. I almost punish him for it, but I can't get around it. So that was a really nice wide serve that I did there, and just lose focus. I'm getting a little bit tired. As I said, it was quite humid tonight, so wasn't able to keep up. I think he had much better fitness than I did. I may be a little bit faster on foot, but he doesn't get tired throughout the match, I don't think. At least not that dramatically. That was a good slicing serve to the middle of the court, and then I just duffed the forehand. I think this is where I get broken for this set. So not to ruin suspense or anything, but I do lose this match. I go down one break in each set and lose 6-4, 6-4. So that should have been in the corner. I really needed to do more with that. It's just kind of a lucky accident that he manages to not punish me for it. And then I double fault out the game. So while I was trying to stay consistent with my serve, it wasn't good enough. I need to work on that second serve a little bit more, particularly being able to get it in every time and make it a threatening shot. That's another failed approach. It's really unfortunate that my approach is as bad as it is. I think that I have the basic strokes there that I need to have a decent approach, but but it's just not practiced. The footwork breaks down my stroke, and it's difficult for me to, yeah, see, that's a really nice forehand there. I stretched out my arm and really swung through. There's two good ones, pretty in a row, and then just slightly long. So this is the second set. Since it's the second set and I lost the first one, I'm kind of YOLOing it a bit. You notice that my serving pace has changed quite a bit, and I'm going to be going for more aggressive shots. I don't know if this is the appropriate plan, but I figure if what I was doing before wasn't good enough to beat him, then no reason to continue doing it. I win my first game, so that's good. I'm also going to try and start hitting more topspin backhands. We get some good results out of it, some bad results. There's kind of a happy medium that I need to hit there. So I haven't quite decided to commit to the backhand thing yet. I slice it. That was a pretty good slice. That was quite deep. I'm just kind of keeping it in these junk balls. And then there's going to be a really nice slice that comes up right here. Yeah, there it is. Jumps right in on him and he can't handle it. So that was just slightly long. Nice half volley. So that's one of those I needed to get further into the net to really do something with it, or have my approach shot be better. I ended up going a little bit wide. This was a good opportunity to break him and get back into it, but just wasn't meant to be. There was the serve of the match. Pulled him out way wide. He was quite worried about that. And then you'll notice that he's standing way middle on the ad side of the court. I'm going to be shooting towards the outside edge with my flat, trying to punish him for that, but the serve just isn't there. I should have topspun that one. A topspin would have gone there. Yep, see, there was one of the shooting for the corner. I think we pretty much annoyed the crap out of the court next to us. I send probably 3 or 4 balls off the court into their court. There's a double fault. See, I'm still shooting for that outside corner. I really want to pull him back to the middle so that I can go back to the tee. So here's where I'm going to really start driving that backhand. So I get 2 good ones, and then I just break down. This is why I don't try and topspin my backhand generally, is because it's super inconsistent. It's a very good shot when it's in, but the best part of a good shot is that it always works and you can count on it. That's not the case for my backhand. That was almost a good rally for me. If I'd been able to get that one, I would have been in a really good position, but it goes slightly long. Once again, attacking my backhand, probably a bit too much, but I really wanted to get it going. I kind of calm it down a little bit now. So I couldn't generate enough drive. He called that wide. I couldn't generate enough drive on my backhand. There's that happy medium or whatever between generating enough drive and generating enough topspin to keep it in. I'm not quite refined enough on my backhand to really have a good sense of where that ends up being. He called that long, so that was the break for this set. That's the only time I get broken in the second set. So that was an excellent backhand there. I just painted the line with tons of topspin coming off the backhand side. Would have liked it to be a little bit wider, but it was fine. Get a little bit of a goofy spin going and then push him into the corner and he can't deal with it. That's what I want for my topspin. So once again, trying to move him into a corner, and then I'll try and get something going with the backhand, and it's just too inconsistent. I may have been able to be a little bit more competitive with my slice and keep the keep it a little bit closer, but I don't think I get punished too badly for experimenting with my backhand here. And really, if I'm going to get better, I need to take some risks. This just drops in. That should not have dropped in. That should have gone long. It was off the frame. And here I am just top spinning in my forehand. I'm not generating any depth. That's a little bit intentional, but at the same time, I'd like to do better. That he manages to sneak in a little bit of backspin there, and I don't adjust, and that's that rally. If I could play a point like that every single time, I'd be very happy with myself, but don't have the directional control. So this is where you start seeing me backing up on his serve. He hasn't really earned that right, I don't think, but I'm just getting tired and not moving forward when I should be. I'm just kind of moving, and since I'm tired and concerned, I'm backing up. I should be attacking these slow serves. So I finally get to the outside, but it's on the second serve, so it's not the most threatening of things. My spin's still giving him lots of problems. I don't know if that was correct to go that cross court there. That seems a little bit aggressive. If he managed to hit a down the line, I would have been quite punished. It was probably the easiest place to get into the court, though. So that footwork I was really quite happy with. Just a nice little stutter steps, and I got in a position and hit a nice forehand. Then my second serve manages to win points again. So that I was going for that forehand corner again. I didn't get there. That was a nice controlled topspin backhand. And then I duff a forehand. That's fantastic. So once again, forehand. I'm focusing on generating more topspin than drive. Obviously, I'd like more drive, but really I'm waiting for him to make an error like he does. So that's kind of a wimpy way to return it, but I really don't have a topspin backhand approach. And yeah, see, my backhand approach is always a slice, and he punishes it. So just not generating the topspin that I need to there. Trying to go across court, pull him into the corner, and get the beautiful volley. That was a very good point, I think. The cross court approach may, against a better opponent, would probably be a poor decision. He tries to approach there, and I get a good enough passing shot. Not a clean winner, but good enough. So generate a little bit of depth, and he can't handle it, and get out of the point. So this is almost the end. He brings out a couple tools that I hadn't seen him use. So he hits that approach shot. And I think he does a couple other goofy things in this game. You'll see a serve at the end as well that is quite a bit different. So there, it probably could have been a much better return, but I just don't have the confidence in my drive to really do much more with it. I'm waiting for something a little bit shorter to try and generate angles with. Hitting angles from behind the baseline is probably a little bit too aggressive for my level. So yep, so there's his good serve. I managed to get it back in. I think he wanted to win it on an ace. He gets to win it on an air though, as I just hit my backhand long, and that's the end of the game.